which Blue Water Guards are not primary fighters. They are complementary to the fight, but then they are presenting them as their key proposition to fight Galamsey. And the individuals you see do not exude that confidence or have the stature or the readiness to be able to combat or engage any Galamsey or Galamseyers who are wielding guns and machetes with the people we saw in the video to be the Blue Water Guards. And as I indicated recently, this Blue Water Guard situation is not new. We have the river wardens trained and deployed somewhere in 2022, 2023. And so it's not a new thing they are doing. It is not the panacea to resolving the Galamsey situation. It's complementary, and the NDC is merely just talking about it. The real work they must do today is to be able to get security people to go out there and tell their party people to stand down. And all the people they have promised that they will allow to Galamsey to stand down so that our rivers and our forest can be saved from the ravages of their acts. As we speak, ladies and gentlemen, the Ofin Shelter Belt Forest Reserve is infested with Galamseyers who recently attacked and injured Forestry Commission Rapid Response Team members. In the Brim North District, several forests have been overtaken, namely the Chenchemso and the Jari Forest in Equiansi. This was just days ago, about 2 days ago. We've had these activities recorded. Additionally, the Tano Enua Forest in Awin, the Asenyano Forest River, and the Jimra Forest Reserve in Kawiya District have also been taken over by Galamseyers. Ladies and gentlemen, the lists of our forests that are being raped by these NDC Galamseyers who have been emboldened by the president's overtures in the campaign is just astonishing. And this is an unprecedented situation. The government must use every necessary resource to regain control of the situation. One of the key, ladies and gentlemen, one of the key actions in this direction is the revocation of LI 2462. The president promised he would do this in the campaign. We want to remind him that he must do that. In making this comment, let me quickly commend the Media Coalition Against Galamsey led by Dr. Ken Ashigbe, our brother Erastus Asaridonko, and other civil society organizations that are engaged in ensuring that Galamsey, the fight against Galamsey is brought under control since this government took over and he has taken a turn for the worse. President John Dramani Mahama, using the Galamsey fight in the 2024 campaign, stated he will repeal LI 2462 to end mining in our forest reserves. However, as president, he has gone back on his promise to revoke the legislative instrument and instead has offered to amend parts of the law which takes away the president's power to approve applications for mining in forest reserves. So this is a tokenist approach which does not end mining in our forest reserve, and given the rate at which the NDC operatives are taking over our forest, under John Dramani Mahama, we are likely to lose the vast majority, if not all, of our forest cover. Ladies and gentlemen, amending the instrument will not suffice, considering, as I just said, the rate at which the forest covers or forest reserves are being attacked with armed protection from outside this country. A complete repeal of the law is necessary and is what we must demand to ensure a total ban on mining in our forests. We recall the state of the Galamsey fight under President John Dramani Mahama before he exited office in 2017. It was a total give up. His Minister for Lands and Natural Resources gave up on the fight. This time is very early on. It seems to me as if he just is continuing from where he left off. It appears today in our country that the fight against Galamsey has been given up on. The president is not focused on fighting Galamsey. What we experienced in 2016, or before the president left office, is coming back, as we all can tell. Members of the NDC are visibly emboldened to engage in the legal mandate because they realize that the president and their party will be lenient on Galamsey because of the promises they made to Galamseyers in the campaign. So we faced a choice, especially in protecting our environment, that the president is not interested in fighting corruption, but rather is engaged in persecuting his political opponents. Our environment is being sacrificed, and our democratic rights are under attack. This is what we voted for. But this is one thing that we must all come together and fight. People say elections have consequences, and the consequence of our choice on December 7th is facing us. Already, I get a lot of calls from young people who have been retrenched from employments they have attained legally and legitimately. Just yesterday, an announcement was made as though it was a pride point to say that some 100 people have been let go from the Ghana Post. This is what we voted for. But I know that this is not what Ghanaians were expecting when they made this choice.
We want them.
As it stands, we must fight at least one to ensure that our rights, at barest minimum, our democratic rights, are not completely taken away from us. The rate at which the Attorney General is going, we fear that might happen unless we speak up. So for me and for us, this is not a partisan call. This is a call to protect this Fourth Republic, that all actions of the government must comport with the law, must be in accord with the law. And also the fight to protect and save our environment must be spirited, and the government must commit itself to ensuring that we preserve our environment. As citizens, we cannot sit and feel helpless. We must engage. We cannot be indifferent. Therefore, we urge all Ghanaians to join us in this fight to protect our environment, our water bodies, and our democratic rights for ourselves